Is there going to be one last moment of brilliance from Edin Dzeko? There is! It's spectacular! And it's four! 4 goals for Edin Dzeko and 5 for Manchester City. The recent histories of these two football clubs are intertwined, but with the ability to sign players such as Samir Nasri, who makes his debut at White Hart Lane, Manchester City will feel they're fighting for the Premier League title this time, as opposed to solely a top 4 berth. The two clubs have also done business this week. Emmanuel Adebayor has joined Spurs on loan from the Etihad Stadium, but the striker can't face his parent club for a debut today. And it is Peter Crouch standing over the ball, the man who scored an own goal at the Etihad Stadium to ironically put City into the Champions League. Here's Asu Akoto. It's a wonderful break from Spurs to get us started here. Plenty of space for the fullback to run into. Right across the face of the penalty area, it is Aaron Lennon, but he does scuff his effort. Now the opening 30 seconds of City, and Spurs have some joy down the left-hand side. Nice little interchange with Bale, and this time it was the French left-back who got forward. Here's Crouch. Well, that's what he can do. And Redknapp was speaking before kick-off that he likes playing Crouch and Defoe together. He can knock the ball down to him. Here's Kranjčar. 2 attempts on goal in 2 minutes. And Tottenham look up for this one at the moment. Niko Kranjčar playing in a 2-man Croatian central midfield for Spurs here. So he's really settled at Manchester City, having joined from Everton. This is nice combination work here. Silva drifts into the space as he loves to do. It's still David Silva, and what a save from Brad Friedel to keep him out. Friedel tries to organise things, but this is David Silva at his very best. Drifted along the Spurs back line before hitting it. It's Barry, just to flick it on to Nasri, gets it back. Now Nasri, Clichy on the overlap, his former Arsenal teammate. End up with goodbye down the left. Much before for their club. It's a great ball into Dzeko, opening goal of the game, and it's Edin Dzeko once again, and Samir Nasri supplies it to give Manchester City the lead. It's a really well-worked goal, and you have to say they've been carving away at that Spurs back line, and they've eventually broken through. Aguero to Nasri, and what a pass! Friedel gets a touch on it, but for Edin Dzeko, it's another Premier League game marked with a goal. A bit of a hustle from Tottenham wins them back the ball. That's a fine pass to Bale. What a cross for Crouch! He's a man who always seems to score in this fixture, be it for either Spurs or Man City. But this cross from Bale is spectacular. Swerving in towards Crouch. He couldn't have asked for more. How did that not go in? It looked destined for the net. Yaya Toure. Fine pass. And they're set away here, City. Options everywhere. Into Dzeko again. Oh, it's an exceptional header. How on earth did he do that? It's a second. And City are flying at White Hart Lane, and Edin Dzeko produces something truly special to double their advantage. What a goal that is! And on the break, they look devastating at the moment. Look at the players flying forward. And the lofted pass in from Nasri supplies him again. 2 assists on his debut, and it's a brace for City's number 10. Gareth Barry, options inside the penalty area for City here. Nice reverse ball. Yaya Toure, great chance. Dzeko's hat-trick. It is complete, and City surely on their way to all 3 points here. Edin Dzeko with his first Manchester City hat-trick, and what a moment for him. He could have had 5 or 6 by now, but I think he'll settle for 3 so far. We haven't even had 55 minutes at White Hart Lane. Look at the run from Toure. it's genius. And the ball across was always going to find a City player, and Dzeko's able to apply the finish. Tottenham Hotspur 0, Edin Dzeko 3, and Manchester City on their way to all 3 points. The Poznan breaks out away from home. Nasri. Aguero's run-off him is superb, and he does collect the former Atletico man. Still Aguero, does he have the muscle? He does, and he scores a quite spectacular goal, and Manchester City are rampant in North London. Kun Aguero with his 3rd goal for the club, and that really is something to behold. Well, Carlos Tevez described Dawson as the best centre-half in England. If Aguero can do that to him, what else can he produce in this Manchester City team? The 1-2 in Nasri was brilliant, but he had so much to do here. Up against Dawson, got the yard he needed, and Friedel beaten. Closest Spurs have come in the second half. Kabul! Well, they've got their goal here, and Yunus Kabul strikes. Halfway through the second half, it'll probably be only consolation for Spurs. But it's an excellent header from the central defender, who maybe blamed for some of the goals Spurs have conceded today, not getting tight enough to get Dzeko. We are top of the league is the song from the City fans as Dzeko peels away. Nasri runs off it. Is there going to be one last moment of brilliance from Edin Dzeko? There is! It's spectacular, and it's 4. 4 goals for Edin Dzeko and 5 for Manchester City. That is a marvellous finish of the highest quality. And it's more combination work from that front line. And just as the game looked to be petering out into nothing, Edin Dzeko, 7 goals in 4 games. Not a bad start to the season. No need for kickoff. This is Edin Dzeko's day. 4 goals have put Manchester City on their way to all 3 points. A 5-1 victory at Manchester City. And the vision is starting to come together. Maximum points, the other goal scored by Sergio Aguero, a stunning solo effort. Kabul pulled one back at 4 down, but this will be a day to remember for City's number 10. Full time from White Hart Lane is Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester City 5.